Game for baseball's cheaters. The new drug policy, nudged along aggressively by Congress, calls for a 50-game suspension for the first failed test, a 100-game suspension for a second failed test, and a lifetime ban for a third. The National League MVP, Albert Pujols, says he supports the tougher punishments. Ironically, Pujols wins the award today with four-time MVP and baseball's biggest suspected steroids abuser. Barry Bonds unable to play most of the year due to an injury. Finishing a close second, that man, Andrew Jones of the Braves. He got 13 first-place votes compared to 18 for Pujols. A distant third, Cubs first baseman Derek Lee picked up one first-place vote, which, by the way, his third-place finish triggers a clause in his contract worth $750,000 next year. Beautiful. So they had a fight, and they made up, sort of. That much we do know, but where it goes from here and how much does it impact the team, that's the part in the Olin Kreutz-Fred Miller cage match nobody quite knows. Another issue this week as we count it down to the showdown versus Carolina. Return man Bobby Wade. Yes, the incredible fumbling man. It's not often a guy coughs up the ball 3 times in a game and lives to tell about it, but it appears Bobby's job is safe. But what about his confidence to go out and do his job next week? Bobby tells us today what got him through his worst day ever was the support of his teammates.
They were able to rally, they were able to play well despite the position that, I put them in, with the ball and losing the ball and things like that. But, I mean, that's just a true character of our team. Our team is a team that's growing and they're really gelling together. And we're going to be able to get each other out of tough binds when we need to.
Good kid appearing at a school on the south side as he does every single Tuesday. Bears, by the way, back on the field tomorrow. Other notes tonight, Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb unlikely to play this week due to a groin injury. Hideki Matsui and the Yankees have reached a tentative agreement on a new 4-year, $52 million deal. And the DePaul Blue Demons, who open up against Bradley this weekend, holding their annual Media Day luncheon at the Athletic Center. New coach Jerry Wainwright's got a lot on his mind. He's got a young team heading into DePaul's inaugural season and quite possibly the best conference in the history of college basketball, the newly expanded Big East.
You have to really learn to concentrate and execute. And again, I got a bunch of youngins now, so those are foreign words. I might as well be speaking, some type of Martian language when I say concentrate in today's times.
A few more gray hairs may be on the way, huh?
Yeah, well, I take the brown ones out of the sink core, and I paste them back in. But it's I'm fighting a losing battle right now, to tell you the truth.
Jerry needs his own show, I think. And the worm turns and turns and turns again. You may have seen Dennis Rodman's latest shtick popping out of a coffin last week, promoting his latest book entitled I Should Be Dead by Now. Turns out the Back from the Dead theme is right on the money. Rodman today signs a 2-game contract with the Cedar Valley Jaguars of the International Basketball League. The 44-year-old Rodman expected to play in 2 games next May. The press release, I love this, announcing the signing states the obvious. The contract is purely for promotional purposes.
You said a 2-game contract, not a 2-year.
No, 2 games expected to play sparingly. But the crowd will be large.
What a mercenary.
One of the great self-promoters since P.T. Barnum, Dennis Rodman,
and a
age
bigger
44,
clown.
no doubt.
Okay, thank